This video is about soul duality. Soul duality refers to the concept that within each individual there exists a duality or a division of the soul into distinct aspects or qualities. A philosophical and spiritual notion suggests that human beings have two fundamental aspects of the soul, sometimes referred to as the light and the shadow. The aspects symbolize contrasting qualities such as good and evil, positive and negative, or virtue and vice. Various spiritual and philosophical traditions support soul duality. This explores human nature's complexities and the eternal struggle between opposing forces. This can be viewed as an interplay between conscious and unconscious minds within the context of psychology and self-development. The idea of integrating the shadow self, representing the darker, repressed aspects of an individual's psyche, was explored by Carl Jung. This process of internal exploration and integration of the shadow self is based on the notion of individuation, the belief that one can reach a higher level of self-awareness by recognizing and accepting the parts of their psyche they have rejected or denied. This allows you to gain insight into your motivations and reconnect with your true self. Ultimately, it is believed that this process of self-discovery and integration of the shadow self leads to a greater sense of meaning and fulfillment. There are many interpretations and understandings of soul duality across different belief systems. However, it remains an introspective and thought-provoking concept that captivates thinkers, artists, and spiritual seekers. Touching upon origins and cultural influences, a concept of soul duality has been embraced by a wide range of cultures and spiritual traditions across the world. In ancient Egyptian mythology, for instance, the soul was believed to consist of two components, the Ba and the Ka, each representing different aspects of an individual's personality and existence. The Ba was thought to be the individual's spiritual self, while the Ka was their physical body. Together they made up one soul and were believed to be reunited in the afterlife. The ancient Greeks embraced the idea of the duality of the soul, exploring the contrast between reason, logos, and desire, eros, in their philosophical teachings. This concept of duality was further developed by Plato and Aristotle, who argued for a balance between the two components of the soul. This balance was seen as essential for a person to achieve a state of eudaimonia, or happiness. Hinduism explores duality through the concepts of Atman and Brahman. It incorporates the concept of Purusha and Prakriti, representing eternal male and female energies within creation. Atman and Brahman explore the duality between the individual self and the cosmic self, while Purusha and Prakriti explore the duality of the male and female energies. These dualities are seen as part of the cosmic whole and are essential to understanding the Hindu worldview. In ancient Greek philosophy, Plato posited the existence of the tripartite soul, consisting of reason, spirit, and appetite. This division of the soul suggested a certain duality within an individual's psychological and spiritual makeup. This division provides an insightful understanding of the human condition, offering both physical and spiritual explanations for behavior. By emphasizing the complexity of the human condition, Plato's tripartite soul serves as a rich backdrop for understanding the conflicting desires and motivations that we all experience. In Taoism, the yin, often associated with the feminine, darkness, and passivity, is counterbalanced by the yang, representing the masculine, light and activity. This duality is believed to exist not only in the external world, but also within each individual, shaping our thoughts, emotions, and actions. This relationship between the two forces is believed to be the source of all creativity, growth, and transformation. The Taoist tradition emphasizes the importance of maintaining a balance between these two forces in order to achieve harmony and peace with oneself and in the world. Further into interpretations and more philosophical perspectives. Based on philosophical and spiritual frameworks, soul duality can be interpreted in many different ways. Several perspectives hold that this duality is a natural part of human nature, suggesting that people possess both positive and negative qualities. In order to grow and realize oneself, one must embrace and reconcile these contrasting aspects. However, certain spiritual traditions believe that soul duality is the result of external influences, such as the conflict between good and evil forces, karmic patterns, and past lives. It invites us to self-reflection, introspection, and inner transformation, regardless of how it is interpreted. Trying to reconcile these contracting aspects is like a game of tug-of-war, with two powerful forces battling it out for control. Every so often, one side will get the upper hand, and you will feel like you are making headway in your journey, only for the other side to come back with renewed vigor. Ultimately, it's a struggle to reach a balance. How do we integrate and balance? Integration requires recognition and acceptance of light and shadow aspects of oneself, fostering self-awareness and striving for spiritual and personal development. Soul duality is sometimes invoked in therapeutic and counseling methods as well. It provides a framework for individuals to understand and reconcile conflicting emotions, motivations, or aspects of their identity. Practices and disciplines such as meditation, mindfulness, introspection, and ethical conduct are all useful to achieve equilibrium between these dual aspects. Soul duality has been criticized as perpetuating a binary framework that limits human psyche exploration and understanding. Further, contrasting philosophical perspectives, such as monism and non-dualism, challenge the notion of inherent duality within the soul. This is because dualistic models rely on binary distinctions, such as good-evil, conscious-unconscious, or mind-body, which do not accurately reflect the nuance and variability of human experience. By contrast, monism and non-dualism emphasize the interconnectedness of all aspects of the self, allowing for a more holistic view of the individual. In contemporary society, soul duality continues to be a subject of interest and exploration. Many individuals seek to understand dualities within themselves, aiming to cultivate self-acceptance, personal growth, and spiritual evolution. This concept encourages us to examine our thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and motivations, fostering a deeper understanding of our own inner dynamics. Through embracing this duality, we can begin to recognize and accept our strengths and weaknesses and ultimately become more self-aware. This can lead to a greater sense of self-awareness, self-love, and ultimately self-actualization. Self-awareness and self-love are key components in the journey of self-actualization. By understanding your strengths and weaknesses, you begin to confront your innermost fears and recognize the ways in which these fears may be holding you back. This can open up new opportunities for personal growth and development, allowing us to reach our full potential. Humanfluence out.